The way she looked at me. I was 27 when I met her. Her name was Evelyn Grace Whitmore, and I swear I could feel the syllables of her name the way some people feel the ocean calm on the surface, dangerous underneath. She walked into my bookstore on a Thursday afternoon like she was looking for something she had already lost. Her coat was soaked from the rain, her eyes restless, and yet somehow, everything about her made me feel still. She asked for a book I didn't carry. I told her I could order it. She said not to bother, she probably wouldn't stay long anyway. I should have known then. I should have understood what she was telling me. But I just nodded, pretending not to notice the way her hands trembled when she reached for her bag. She came back 3 days later. This time, she smiled. I fell in love with her in phases. First, with her voice. It was low, deliberate, like every word was chosen carefully, as if language itself owed her something. Then, with the way she touched things, books, mugs, even my arm, as if everything in the world was fragile and she was the only one careful enough to keep it whole. And finally, with her sadness, not the kind people talk about, but the quiet kind that lingers in the space between two people when they stop pretending they're fine. She never spoke about her past. I never pushed. We existed in the now, in stolen mornings and half-read novels. We made breakfast at midnight and slept at sunrise. She would wear my shirts and dance barefoot in my kitchen. And when she laughed, I started to believe in things I had stopped believing in, like peace, like permanence. But Evelyn was not permanent. She was the storm before the stillness. One night, she woke me up crying, not the soft kind, the kind that shakes through the chest, like something inside her had finally cracked open. I held her, arms around her like armor, but she didn't explain. She never did. She just whispered, "I don't know how to stay." I told her she didn't have to stay forever. Just stay tonight. She kissed me like she was saying goodbye, and for the first time, I was afraid she meant it. 2 weeks later, I came home to an empty apartment. Her clothes were gone, her books, her coffee mug, the painting she hated that I kept hanging just to tease her gone. No note, no call, just a memory, pulled from my life like a page torn from a book. I looked for her, for months, called hospitals, asked mutual friends what little we had. She had vanished like she had never existed, like the universe had written her in pencil, just so it could. Year passed, then one day, I saw her again. She was standing at a train platform in Chicago. Her hair was shorter. She looked older. There was a man next to her, holding her hand. She looked fine, not happy, not broken, just fine. Like the part of her that once danced in my kitchen now belonged to someone else. She saw me. For a moment, our eyes locked. The world didn't stop. Nothing cinematic happened. No tears. No run through the rain reunion. She just gave me a small nod, almost like an apology. Then she looked away. That was the last time I saw her. I sometimes imagine what she would say if we ever spoke again. I think she'd tell me that I made her feel safe. And that's what scared her. That love, for her, had always been followed by loss. That maybe she left because she thought if she stayed, I'd be the one to leave. I never would have. But sometimes, love isn't about what we're willing to give. It's about what the other person can bear to receive. Now, it's been 4 years. I still run the bookstore. I still keep her favorite novel on the front shelf, though no one ever buys it. I still sleep on the left side of the bed. And sometimes, late at night, I dream of her dancing in the kitchen, laughing at nothing, wearing one of my old shirts. I wake up, reach out my hand, and the space is cold. Evelyn Grace Whitmore was not my forever. She was my lesson. And God, I loved her too much to unlearn it. Chapter 2. The Shape of Her Absence. I tried dating again. That's what people tell you to do. Move on. Meet someone new. Let time do its work. Like grief is some broken bone that knows how to heal if you leave it alone long enough. But no one tells you what to do when the person you lost isn't dead. Just somewhere else. Breathing the same air. Laughing at jokes. Falling in love with someone who isn't you. I went out with a girl named Claire. She was kind, art teacher. Made her own candles and always smelled like cinnamon. She touched my wrist once at dinner and smiled like it meant something. But all I could think was Evelyn used to grab my wrist when she was trying not to cry. It wasn't fair to Claire, I knew that, but I was trying to be okay, trying to be human again. Everywhere I went, I looked for Evelyn. I scanned crowded cafes, studied strangers on trains, froze every time I heard a laugh that sounded familiar. Sometimes I imagined her walking through the bookstore door again, soaked in rain, asking for something obscure. I'd see her shadow in passing cars, her reflection in windows, her name in books I hadn't read yet. Grief doesn't always show up like tears. Sometimes, it's just the echo of a voice you'll never hear again. One night, I found one of her earrings under the bed, tiny, silver.